Eagles could be getting this star back against the desperate Giants.
I would let a bald eagle piss in my mouth right now for an Eagles victory.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. I'm not gonna lie. I have never been so glad to be playing a Thursday night game than this one. Why? Because there's nothing worse than having a bad loss in your mouth. And when I say bad loss, a game that you should have won, that you controlled, and then to lose it the way the Eagles did. I can't wait to get the next game on with and get through that horrible feeling we had on Sunday. But we got a lot of stuff going on with the Eagles today. A lot of interesting things to talk about. And one non-Eagle thing that I do want to bring up really quick. I guess the breaking news earlier today was that free agent safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson is signing to the Ravens practice squad per his agent Kevin Connor. He'll still get his fully guaranteed contract because it was guaranteed by the Texans, so he doesn't care that he's on the practice squad. The Eagles never had any intention of bringing him back. We know it, I know it, you know it, the whole world knows it. And he's just going to basically rot on a 1-4 roster with the Ravens. So be it. It is what it is, okay? Now, some Eagles news that's important. Jeff McClain reported this earlier about Landon Dickerson, and that Landon Dickerson would possibly miss a few weeks with that ankle injury. Now, here's my thought. If he misses 1 to 2 games, you really got to consider getting him and keeping him out 3 games. That's how I feel, right? Because the Eagles have the Giants, the Vikings, and the Giants. Then they have a bye week. One of the big problems on this team, and one of the things that have manifested and made all the problems way worse, is the fact that the offensive line hasn't been good. And I believe it hasn't been that good because I believe you got Landon Dickerson injured and Cam Jurgens, I think he's dealing with injury too. So if you're going to give Landon Dickerson 2 weeks off, then you might as well go ahead and give him that 3rd game off, and then you get a bye week. That means he would get a full month of rest, come back for Green Bay and Detroit, and I think the Eagles would be a lot better off with a healthier Landon Dickerson. So I'm hoping that's how they play it, but he's definitely not playing this week, and he's probably not going to play the week after, and I'm okay with it. I really think that we got to try to get these guys healthy. And then as far as Cam goes, hopefully with time, his back will start getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. Now, some really good, and actually I want to tell you, I don't think it's bad news that Landon Dickerson's going to sit out a couple weeks. I think he needs it. He's a warrior, man. He came back early from that knee surgery. Then he had the bad back, then the ankle, and a lot of times your body does that when one part of your body's injured and you're overcompensating. So he needs the rest. I say give him the next 3 games to rest and then come back after the bye week. Zach Berman wrote this, and this is some good news for the Eagles. Zach Berman said, Vic Fangio said Nakobe Dean could be activated this week. If it happens, Dean will play a limited role. He hasn't played since January. Asked about Dean's eventual role, Fangio said they'll see how it goes. So it's going to be very interesting if Dean comes back. I think that could actually help out your run game somewhat. I like him as a tone setter. I don't believe he's going to take the majority of the snaps away from Jihaad Campbell. The big question is will the Eagles take Jihaad Campbell and will they put him at edge rusher? People think that he can do that and make that switch. But if you listen to Vic Fangio talk about it before, it really sounds like he doesn't want to do that. It sounds like to me he's not interested in doing that. He may be just holding back or not want to say, but my guess is if you listen to Fangio, even what he said about Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean last year is, you want to get a rookie, you want him to kind of learn one position. You don't want to put too much on his plate because he's trying to transition and learn one position as it is. So how much would they put him at edge rusher? That would be the question. And as far as I'm concerned, edge rusher is where you got to get better, okay? You have to get better at edge rusher. Even though you're playing the Giants this week, even though you should win, even though you're touchdown favorites, you never can take a division game lightly, especially off of an early Thursday. The Eagles are going to have to get it going. Matter of fact, I think I found a really good play, a really solid play versus the Giants this week. I think this one is guaranteed. I'm going to show you what it is right now. Now would be a great time to talk about our new sponsor, ProfitX. ProfitX is the ultimate sports prediction market. Join thrilling sweepstakes to make peer-to-peer plays with fellow fans. Set your own odds for bigger payouts. All legal in 40 states. Outsmart your friends. Elevate your game with ProfitX. All you got to do is use promo code Philly500 at the sign-up to get up to $200 in ProfitX cash. That's $200 in ProfitX cash. All you have to do is use promo code Philly500. Must be of legal age. Void where prohibited. Start now at ProfitX. All right, so when you look at the Eagles-Giants game Thursday, a lot of people will tell you division games, you've got to throw the records away. You never know how it's going to go. And in some regards, I do think that's true. And Giants-Eagles have always tended to be weird with weird fourth quarters. But the Eagles are 7-point favorites. I still like that. Although I think there's an easier play, a safer play if you want. And that's simply the over. The over is 40.5 right now. I take that easy. I think that's an easy play for somebody to win. And if you like that and you want to check it out, go to ProfitX. You can get $200 in ProfitX cash. Just use promo code Philly500. That's promo code Philly500. Get $200 in ProfitX cash. You will not be disappointed. Check it out now. Shout out to ProfitX for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate it so very much. And look, I think that there will be points scored. I think that the Eagles will rebound. The question, and what everybody was talking about last night and this morning, is how is the relationship with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts? Are they going to be able to coexist? Are they going to be able to get on the same page? Well, enter Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley came in. He held a sit-down, as we like to call it. And basically, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts talked for a few hours. Apparently, it went really well. What happened was, I guess, Hurts has confided in Barkley. A.J. Brown confided in Barkley. Barkley got them together, and they hashed out whatever issues they were having, and it was apparently very, very positive. So hopefully this is something to help turn the page of all the bull crap that's been going on. Now, do I think this is going to sit there and all of a sudden your offense is going to come out and be fantastic because of this? No. But hopefully, just with the media and all the crap going on, hopefully this will settle down. This will get everybody on the same page, know where they're coming from. This is something, to me, that should have been done weeks ago. Why didn't the offensive coordinator do this? Why didn't they feel the need to do this? So that's what I want to know. The problems that we're having on on offense won't be solved 100% because they aired out some problems. No. It just may make it easier to concentrate on fixing and going to directly what the problems are. And what are the problems on offense? I'm going to tell you. The first thing I think the play calling hasn't been good. Hasn't been good. The first 4 weeks you got an extreme run first oriented team where they were ultra conservative. Then last week they come out and they throw more. I think they caved to the media and all the noise that went on with A.J. Brown. But they come out, they only run Saquon Barkley 6 times. Now, we all were crying for the Eagles to throw more, especially on first down. Change some things up. Go against tendencies, mix it up. But I don't think anybody ever thought that the Eagles would go 6 carries to Saquon Barkley. You're still thinking Barkley's getting 15, 20 touches, somewhere in that range. Easy. You didn't think it was going to be he only got 6 carries, okay? Now, part of it was in the fourth quarter when they did try to run the ball. You know, they get first down, they pitch it out to Barkley. It looks like it's going to be a big play. Offsides called on the Eagles. Then they come right back, they run him, he gets 9 yards, holding on the Eagles. It seemed like in that fourth quarter, every possession the Eagles had, they were always starting backwards. So, to me, what is Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni, what's the offense going to come up with this week? Are they going to say, all right, we came out, we threw the ball, we did what you guys want to do. It didn't work. We're going back to the ultra-conservative way we played the first 4 weeks. Or are they going to say, all right, look, we did some good things here, because they did, and we're going to build on that. We are going to come back a little bit into the middle, and we're going to be more balanced. And when I say balanced, I'm talking like 60-40 ratio, run, pass, run, however you want to go. But they need to be more balanced. And if they do that, I think they'll beat the crap out of the Giants. I think this is a Saquon Barkley game. I think this is the game Saquon Barkley gets it going. Because I think the Giants have a fantastic pass rush. They do. But I think you can run on them. So the Eagles are, I think, in a perfect situation to get Saquon Barkley right. Get the whole offense right. This offense, I've said this, I'm going to say it again. They are a volcano ready to explode. They just need to go out and execute. And I think this is the week to do it. So let's see what happens. Should be very, very interesting. And I think with Dickerson sitting, I think that's a net benefit in the long run. Hopefully Juergens can start to play better and start to feel better, because I think he's hurt. And then we got to see more balance from this head coach, this offensive coordinator. I see both those guys as the same, like as intermixed. Like I think Nick Sirianni has a big hand in what's being called offensively. So let's see what they do, how they bounce back. But big game Thursday. Now, I will be having in my preview prediction video up Wednesday morning. We're doing a shakedown preview Wednesday night. And then, of course, it's game time on Thursday. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how I vision, baby. We're all just living in it.
Stand up! New York Giant fans, Bengals, are you ready for game number 1?
Let's freaking go, baby! I'm ready! Let's do it! We look good out here! We look good today!
Daniel Jones is going to be better than Dak Prescott. You and I said I wanted to punch him in the windpipe and watch him choke to death. I would like to punch him right in the freaking mouth!
Not many people talk about dolphin sex, so I am probably the best in the world at that. You know, I'm one of the better ones at that. That's probably my best talent, actually. And I am banned from SeaWorld. That is true, actually.
I would let a bald eagle piss in my mouth right now for a Bengals victory.
The Giants always stink. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.